Hey guys, what's up? Danny Greco here. Hey, I go on Reddit a lot, probably like you, and one of the categories I browse through just about every day is the real estate related category. And I come across very frequently a lot of posts from frustrated home buyers or frustrated sellers complaining about their agents. And it got me to thinking it should probably be worthwhile putting in a little video about what really the job description of a buyer and a seller's agent in this market looks like. And on the buyer's side, a lot of these threads I see complaining about the buyers are saying, hey, what is my agent doing for me? I'm the one that's finding the homes. I'm the one that's bringing up to them what homes I want to see. And my reply, if I reply in these threads, is always that that's really not the job of the agent. I mean, 30 years ago, prior to the internet, yeah, that was 100% probably one of the most valuable aspects a buyer agent brought to the table was finding that property for a buyer because you didn't have access to the internet or whatever it was that everyone can look at. Nowadays, that's really not the role of an agent. Now, that being said, it's not like we shouldn't be creating these searches for our buyers on our own and looking through those and scrubbing those and sending those out to our buyers every day. But the reality is, and I tell all my buyers this during our consultation, you're likely to find that home first before I do. I don't sit behind this desk every day, hitting refresh every minute, waiting for a new possible match to come up that I could send you. And I don't want to be sending you 16 emails a day with each home that fits your criteria. On the other hand, you're probably set up through Zillow or Realtor.com, Redfin, whatever, and getting alerts immediately as these homes under the parameters of the search you've already created are becoming available. So I always tell my buyer, hey, this is a team effort. I'm going to look on my end. You're going to look on your end, and let's just throw ideas at each other. But that's really not the primary goal of a buyer's agent in this market. The real goal of a buyer's agent in this market is really educating the client, knowing what they're getting into, especially if we're talking about waiving contingencies, escalating in price above market value, going through all those scenarios and how that could negatively play out and impact that buyer if things hit the fan, and navigating them through each and every turn of the process, which there are lots, and there are lots of opportunities where things can go wrong. And so providing education at every step of that opportunity all the way until closing is really the fundamental job of a buyer's agent in this market, not really finding the homes to send them. Now, on the listing side, a lot of these threads that I see on Reddit, with more complaints about the listing agent or even the need for a listing agent in this market is pretty much exactly that. Why would I hire somebody, or rather, I can just hire anybody. The home's going to sell itself in this market. I can just hire anybody. So why not just find the person who can do it the most inexpensive or the cheapest or whatever it is? And that's not entirely untrue. Yes, your home is more positioned than ever to sell more quickly and generate multiple buyers. But just finding anybody with a license and a pulse to list that home is not the route to go. And you are likely leaving money on the table behind when you do that. So what you're really looking for in a listing agent is not just somebody who's going to sell the home. Again, 30 years ago, that's what you were looking for. Who can sell my home? And out of five agents you interviewed, maybe only one of them had the credentials who could actually find a buyer and sell that home for you. Now, with the homes exposed all over the internet, the homes are kind of selling themselves, but you're really not hiring that agent to sell the home. You're hiring the agent to do two jobs. One is minimize, if not eliminate, all the headache, all the stress, all of that stuff that comes with listing a home nowadays. And especially if you are in a hot market, how overwhelming that's going to be for you in that, especially that first week while you're on the market. And then also you're hiring an agent to find the best buyer for your home, not just any buyer, the best buyer for your home. If you get 12 offers on a home, how do you know who the most qualified buyer is? Because 9 out of 10 times, it's not going to be the person who's offering the highest amount. Okay. So it's going through that pile, massaging each offer, or each competitive offer, I should say, into identifying the best buyer and massaging that offer into the best all-around offer for your sellers. Any discount brokerage or lazy full-time agent, they're just going to take what, however the dust settles, take whatever's at the top and tell you this is the offer to go with without really kind of massaging around what fits best for your needs. So yes, your home is easier to sell more than it's ever been before, but you're hiring that right person to identify that buyer, minimize the amount of risk for you as a seller, and make sure that everything's going to be smooth all the way to closing. So anyway, just thought I'd talk about that. Let me know if you have any thoughts or, of course, anything else you want me to touch on too.